Hey there, magic makers. It's Deb D here for your Witch Wednesday. Today we begin a whole new magical adventure with a brand new series, the Intuitive Tools series. So in our last series in Witch Wednesday, we were diving into your intuition and how you can tap in and tune up. And now let's take that a little bit further into our magic with our intuitive tools. We're going to open up the magic box and pull out the tools that you can use to sharpen, tune in, and get some clarity in your play and co-creation with your intuition, your magic. To begin with, part one, here we are, settle in. I am going to answer a question that I am asked all the time. And it's about an intuitive tool. It's one of my favorite tools. It was my first tool. And I get asked all the time, what's the difference between tarot and oracle cards? So we're going to answer that today. And we're going to dive into, if I have a deck of oracle cards, how can I work with them for my intuition, and what's the difference in that and working with that, or an oracle deck, and what's the difference and how are they the same, and breathe. Yes, tarot and oracle cards are intuitive tools, and yes, they are different and in some ways the same. So let's begin with looking at how they are different. Tarot, let's begin there. And I want to begin there because tarot was my first magical tool. I was 19 at university, living with a group of friends, like we were a motley crew in a share house, and we all just began to explore the world. And one of my explorations was in the magic realm and tarot. I don't even remember how I got my first tarot deck. Maybe I bought it myself, maybe someone gave it to me. I don't remember now, but I do remember the delight of learning the tarot and reading the cards and reading for others. It felt to me like coming home. So welcome home to my first magical tool, the tarot. Here we are. This is one of my tarot decks here. Now, a tarot deck is a deck of cards with two decks within the deck of cards. You have the major arcana and the minor arcana, and they are both a part of the full deck of your tarot. Now, a tarot deck is eons and eons and eons old, and it was originally created as a tool for self-reflection. So it's kind of like shifted in the way that we play with it in magic, because it became like you went to somebody else for a tarot reading, somebody who knew how to read the cards. And admittedly, you do have to learn tarot, like there's quite a bit to learn, but I want to gift this to you today. Tarot is a tool that you can absolutely pick up today. I'm picking up mine. Let me tell you about the tarot. This is how you know a tarot deck is a tarot deck, because a tarot deck is always the same. All of the cards in the tarot deck are always the same. Card 0 is always the Fool. In the major arcana, the first deck within the bigger deck, you have the major arcana, and the major arcana begins with card number 0, the Fool, then moves to card number 1, the Magician, and so on and so on and so on and so on. This is what the tarot is. The tarot is a narrative. The Fool, that's you, and the Fool not meaning like, oh, you're foolish. The Fool meaning like beginner's mind, new journey, setting forth your lifetime. The Fool begins the journey, and each card in the narrative, tarot is a story in motion. Each card is a lesson or a challenge or an obstacle or an opportunity that the Fool, that's you, encounters in the journey through the major arcana. And then your minor arcana, which are the 4 decks, which you've got your swords, your wands, your cups, and your swords, wands, cups, pentacles. And they're aspects of different parts of our lives. Pentacles are like the earth, our money, our abundance. Cups, our heart, our emotion, our relationships. And when you get into those decks, you're looking at those parts of your life. So let's just simplify it in tarot is a narrative, and it starts with the Fool, and the Fool is going through the tarot journey. So if you were using a deck of oracle cards to tune into your intuition, you would be shuffling the cards to have the cards reveal to you, where are you at in your journey? What can be reflected right now for you about what your intuition, your magic, wants you to know about where you are at right now. That is an excellent way to approach the tarot. Now, what about if you don't have a deck of tarot, or you're not interested in tarot, you want to play with oracle? Okay, let's play that. So here we are. A deck of oracle cards. I've chosen here the Enchanted Map, one of the cards that I read a lot on this channel. Now, as you can see, yeah, we got a deck of cards. Same, but different. This is a magical intuitive tool that is going to, the same as the tarot, give you a reflection of where you're at. But oracle, traditionally, oracle decks are themed, not a narrative. So this deck is called the Enchanted Map. So in this, each of the cards is about a position on your map, your magical map or your enchanted map, your life where you might be at. That's one deck of oracle cards. It's not a narrative. We don't have card 0, the Fool, and the Fool goes through a journey. Each card is its own card. Let's see what we got. Here, card number 6, Mountain. Next card, number 37. Yeah, protecting your treasure. What's the mountain got to do with protecting your treasure? It's points on your map, not a narrative. And this is the Enchanted Map. So it's themed around points on a map. Characters you might meet on your map, forks in the road. But hey, what about this deck? This is an oracle deck too. It's the Mystical Shaman deck. This is working with shamanic lore. This is working with the underworld, the overworld, all of those magical tools. The drum, the arrow, the shaman itself, the shadow, the jaguar. This is all a part of the shamanic tool. What else can we choose? Oh, look at this one. Also an oracle deck. Very different though, because it's the Keepers of the Light deck. And this deck is themed by each card being a light worker or an angel or a guide that are a keeper of the light. So when you're working with the oracle cards, you're actually working with what theme is this deck working with? Is it working with Keepers of the Light? Is it working with shamanic energy? Is it working with the Enchanted Map, which is me? Or tarot, the grand narrative of your earthbound life. Now look at this, Magic Makers. All of these, all decks, all intuitive tool. Now really, let me tell you this. It doesn't matter which one you choose. It matters about the intention. If you have a deck of oracle cards at home, begin to play with that as your intuitive tool. If you've got a deck of tarot, play with the tarot. Learn and be with the cards, but this is how you want to use them as a tool. Now this is the important part. Let me put the cards down because this is what I really want you to know, Magic Maker. Let's get clear on this. Your cards are a tool. Whether you're using a tarot or an oracle card, they are showing you a reflection of you, your magic, your opportunity, your obstacle. When you are working with the cards, it's like looking into an energetic mirror. And you can see your reflection, but you can also see your energy. You can see what's in your blind spot. You can see anything that you may not be able to with your earthbound eye be able to see right now. which is why working with the cards is excellent to tap into your intuition, because the cards are going to show you things that you're maybe not consciously aware of. Tarot or oracle? I say play. Play with what works for you. Comment below and let me know if you want to know more about tarot or more about oracle, because I can share either or. I just wanted to get that out of the way before we get deeper into this series. Yes, there's a difference between your tarot and your oracle. One's a narrative, one has a deck of cards. Each card has its own vibration. And no matter which deck you're working with, it is an intuitive tool. And it's all about your intention. It's all about how you approach the cards. And it's all about what I'm going to be sharing next Wednesday. So next Wednesday, I am going to be sharing with you the steps to take to actually work with the cards to tune and sharpen your intuition. That, part 2, coming up next Wednesday. So between now and next Wednesday, let me know, what do you want to know? Is there anything in particular about working with cards that the burning question, the curiosity? Let me know, for we will be tuning in with a deck of cards next week, and I'm going to break it down for you, my magic makers. What are you going to do to tune your magic, working with your magical tool, your cards? Coming up next Wednesday. And if you do want to tune your intuition, like if you're serious about tuning this magic for you, are you meditating? I know it can be a little bit like, not so much. Or I was, and then I forgot. Anyway, my invitation to you is this. If you want to be tuned to your intuition, meditation is the greatest tool and available to you. You just breathe. It's there. And every Friday, there's the Friday frequency where I help you out with a Reiki-infused guided meditation. And the Friday frequency this week is actually going to help you get out of your own way. That's what we're doing this Friday in our Friday frequency, a Reiki-infused guided meditation to help you get out of your own way, because your intuition wants a lot of space in the magical playground. So it can be playtime and you can co-create. So magic makers, are you a tarot person? Are you an oracle person? You've been meditating, lady? How's your relationship going with your intuition? Let me know below, and of course subscribe so that you can be with me through this whole series, the intuition series, where we are expanding upon intuition and exploring now your intuitive tools. And remember, they're just tools, for it is you, my friend. It is you that is the magic. Big love.